Have you ever wondered why some people can indulge in certain behaviors or substances casually, whereas others are drawn into a destructive spiral they can't seem to escape? The answer lies in understanding addiction. Addiction is a complex condition, a brain disease that is manifested by compulsive substance use despite harmful consequence. But it's not only about substances. People can become addicted to many things, from gambling to food to the internet. At the heart of every addiction is an all-consuming desire, a compulsion that eclipses everything else in life. But why does this happen? The answer lies in the addictive personality. This is a set of traits that make a person more susceptible to addiction. They might be impulsive, nonconformist, or have a low tolerance for stress. They might struggle to delay gratification, or they might have a high need for approval. But it's not just personality traits that can trap people in addiction. The environment plays a crucial role as well. Stress, trauma, and societal pressure can all contribute to the development of addiction. And once trapped, escaping addiction can be a monumental task. The substance or behavior that was once a source of comfort now becomes a prison. The body craves it, the mind obsesses over it, and the person is stuck in a cycle of addiction. But there is hope. Understanding addiction is the first step towards overcoming it. By recognizing the signs, understanding the risks, and acknowledging the destructive patterns, one can start the journey towards recovery. Replacing addiction with new habits is a crucial part of this process. Rather than turning to harmful substances or behaviors, individuals can learn to channel their energies into positive, constructive activities. And let's not forget the role of nutrition in overcoming addiction. A healthy diet can help replenish the body, boost the immune system, and promote overall well-being. Detoxification, too, is a vital part of the recovery process, helping to cleanse the body of harmful substances. In conclusion, understanding and overcoming addiction is a multifaceted process. It involves understanding the nature of addiction, recognizing the risk factors, and taking active steps towards recovery. It's a journey that requires courage, determination, and a lot of support. But with the right tools and resources, anyone can break free from the shackles of addiction and reclaim their life. Remember this, addiction is not a choice, but recovery is, and every journey begins with a single step.
In the United States, nearly 1 in 5 adults are thought to have an addictive personality. This startling statistic reveals the pervasive nature of addiction in our society today. But what exactly is an addictive personality? It's a term used to describe a set of personality traits that make an individual more susceptible to developing addictions. This could be addiction to substances such as alcohol or drugs, or behavioral addictions like gambling, overeating, or excessive use of the internet. The common thread among all these is the compulsive, uncontrollable engagement in rewarding stimuli despite adverse consequences. A leading expert in this field, Dr. Howard Schaffer, a psychologist and director of the Division on Addiction at Harvard Medical School, suggests that addictive personalities are often characterized by poor coping skills. They struggle to accept and manage change, and when faced with adversity, they tend to withdraw or become defensive. This avoidance of problems can lead to a cycle of negative behavior. Moreover, individuals with addictive personalities often seek immediate gratification. They're drawn towards quick fixes to buffer themselves from negative situations or feelings. This could involve substance abuse or other harmful distractions. However, these solutions are temporary and ineffective, merely covering up the issue rather than addressing it. This avoidance can lead to further complications down the line. Addictive personalities are also prone to seeking approval or numbing themselves from rejection. Substance abuse can provide a perceived protection, creating a temporary illusion of acceptance or numbness. This is how many individuals with addictive personalities manage to function within society. But it's important to remember that having an addictive personality isn't a life sentence. There are ways to manage and overcome these traits. Cognitive behavioral therapy, for instance, can assist individuals in developing healthier coping mechanisms. Self-awareness and self-care are also crucial. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep can work wonders in managing addictive behaviors. Dr. Schaffer also emphasizes the importance of a supportive social network. Having people who understand and support your journey can make a significant difference. If you or someone you know are struggling with an addictive personality, remember that help is available. Reach out to a mental health professional who can provide guidance and support. There are many resources available, and it's never too late to seek help. In conclusion, an addictive personality is a complex issue that requires understanding, patience, and the right support. With the proper help and management, individuals with addictive personalities can lead fulfilling and healthy lives.
Have you ever pondered the complexity of addiction and how it can twist an individual's perception of reality? How it can turn a person's world upside down, making them feel like they're living in a parallel universe where the rules and expectations of the real world no longer apply? Welcome to the intricate maze that is the mind of an addict. In the labyrinth of addiction, the usual clarity of thought blurs into unrecognizable shapes, spiraling into a cycle of dependence and denial. The incessant craving, the constant need for the addictive substance, be it alcohol, drugs, or even food, is like a puppeteer pulling the strings, dictating every thought, every action of the addict. Picture a personality divided, almost like a mirror shattered into 1,000 pieces. Each fragment is a different aspect of the person, distorted and twisted by the grip of addiction. One moment, they may be calm and rational. The next, they're spiraling into a world of chaos and confusion. It's a terrifying spectacle watching someone you know, someone you care about, being consumed by this relentless monster. However, in the midst of this dark narrative, there is a glimmer of hope. Like any chronic disease, addiction is treatable. The key lies in the hands of the addict. Their willingness to acknowledge the problem, to seek help, and to stick with the treatment forms the cornerstone to recovery. Yet, this is easier said than done. The mind of an addict is ensnared in a fortress of denial. Convincing them that the problem lies within themselves rather than in the world around them is a monumental task. Often it takes a drastic event or an intervention to shatter this fortress, to make them realize the havoc their addiction is wreaking. Treating addiction is not just about detoxifying the body, but also about healing the mind. The mind, after all, is the engine that drives our thoughts, our actions, our lives. Therapies that focus on mental health, that help the addict reach a safe state of mind, are crucial in this journey to recovery. So, we've navigated the labyrinth that is the mind of an addict. We've seen the chaos, the denial, the split personality, and the dependence. We've also seen the glimmer of hope in the form of treatment and recovery. Remember, the key to recovery lies in the addict's hands. Their willingness to admit the problem and seek help can turn the tide in this battle against addiction. And with focus on their mental health, they can reach that safe plateau, increasing their chances of a successful recovery. The mind of an addict is indeed a complex maze, but with understanding, patience, and the right help, it's a maze that can be navigated. It's a journey that can lead to recovery, to a life free of addiction, to a new beginning.
Have you ever pondered the tangled web of addiction? How does a seemingly harmless experiment spiral into a life-altering habit that holds individuals captive? Well, it's a complex process that often sneaks up on people before they realize they're ensnared. People fall into the trap of addiction for numerous reasons. A crucial one, often overlooked, is a negative self-image. This can serve as fertile ground for addiction to take root. Individuals with low self-esteem may turn to addictive substances or behaviors as a means of gaining confidence or comfort, which they believe will help them navigate the world more easily. Rigidity, tension, and other stresses seem more manageable when masked by the numbing effects of an addiction. Distorted self-perception is another factor that can lead to addiction. When people see themselves through a warped lens, they may feel more at ease living within this distorted reality if it's aided by substance abuse. The addiction offers an escape, a way to function within this skewed framework. Then there's the phase of deep self-intoxication. At this point, individuals feel a compulsive need to engage in their addiction to maintain a semblance of normality. It's a tragic irony, as this pursuit of normality often leads to further degradation of their mental and physical health. The chemical changes that occur due to addiction can wreak havoc on a person's overall well-being. However, these changes also create a vicious cycle of dependency. The comfort provided by the addiction makes it incredibly difficult for individuals to break free, despite the damage it's causing. Lastly, there's the group of individuals who start by experimenting with addictive substances. The desire to fit in and be accepted can be a powerful motivator, leading people down a dangerous path. What starts as an innocent experiment can quickly turn into a full-blown addiction. So, to recap, addiction is often fueled by negative self-image, distorted self-perception, deep self-intoxication, chemical changes in the body, and social pressures to fit in. Understanding these factors can help in the prevention and treatment of addiction, offering hope to those caught in this devastating cycle. Remember, knowledge is power, and in this case, it could be the key to breaking free from the chains of addiction.
Ever wondered why some cravings seem impossible to resist? Why sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you can't shake off that urge for a bar of chocolate, or the compulsion to spend hours on social media? Welcome to the world of addiction, a complex territory that goes beyond the commonly associated vices of alcohol, smoking, or drugs. Diving right in, let's talk about food addictions. This is a surprisingly common struggle, often directed towards foods that are sweet, salty, and fatty. These foods might provide temporary satisfaction, but they're not doing your health any favors. Over time, these food addictions can lead to serious health problems, such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. What's interesting is that food addiction often has psychological roots. It's not just about the food itself, but the comfort it provides. So tackling this addiction involves addressing both the physical craving for unhealthy foods and the psychological factors driving this compulsion. Next, we have intravenous amino acids addiction. This might sound technical, but it's about the body's dependency on certain substances for functioning, which can be harmful when taken in excess. Detoxification methods used for this addiction often involve a combination of physical workouts, infrared sauna, acupuncture, and massage, all of which are complemented by a specific nutritional plan. Restoring the body's natural balance is key in this process. This is where herbs and nutritious foods come into play, helping to correct chemical imbalances caused by substance abuse. A well-selected range of nutritional supplements, vitamins, and herbs can also play a significant role in overcoming this addiction. Now, let's not forget the role of nutrition in the recovery process. Good nutrition can help repair the damage caused by substance abuse by eliminating simple starches and sugars from the system. It's about nurturing the body back to health, one healthy meal at a time. Now, to recap the key points, addiction is a complex beast, and it's not just about substances like alcohol or drugs. Food addiction and intravenous amino acids addiction are real issues, often linked to psychological factors and imbalances within the body. But there's hope. By addressing these issues head-on and harnessing the power of good nutrition, it's possible to overcome these addictions and move towards a healthier future. Remember, it's not just about kicking the habit. It's about creating a lifestyle that supports your well-being, both physically and mentally. So the next time you find yourself reaching for that bar of chocolate or feeling the compulsion to spend hours on social media, remember, you have the power to make a change. It all starts with understanding the nature of addiction and the role of nutrition in overcoming it.
Have you ever stopped to ask yourself who's really in charge of your life? Who's the one steering the ship? Is it you? Or are you letting external factors dictate your course? Today, we're going to dive into a topic that is both challenging and liberating. Taking responsibility for your life. This might sound daunting, but it's not about shouldering an unbearable burden. It's about understanding that you have the power to shape your own destiny. It's about acknowledging that the choices you make have consequences and that you're the one making those choices. Now, how does one go about taking responsibility for their life, specifically when it comes to addiction recovery? It's not as complicated as it might seem, and it can be broken down into manageable steps. Firstly, it's essential to acknowledge the problem. This might be the hardest part, especially when that problem is an addiction. It's never easy to admit that we've mistakes, that we're not where we want to be, or that we've allowed a substance or behavior to gain control over our lives. But acknowledging the addiction is the first crucial step towards solving it and taking control. Next, it's important to recognize the damage that has been done. This isn't about wallowing in guilt or regret, but about understanding the effects of our actions on ourselves and those around us. This provides valuable insights that can help us make better conscious choices in the future, choices that align with our goals for recovery. Then, prepare for the road ahead. Change is never easy, and the path to recovery is no exception. It's important to be realistic about the challenges you'll face, which could include withdrawal symptoms, cravings, and lifestyle adjustments. But remember, every step you take towards recovery is a step in the right direction. Finally, find positive ways to fill your time. This could be a new hobby, a change of scenery, or even taking time to meditate. As part of recovery, it's important to develop new, healthier habits that support your sobriety and overall well-being. This not only keeps you occupied, but also helps you develop a life that is not only free from addiction, but also fulfilling and rewarding. In conclusion, taking responsibility for your life is about acknowledging the past, understanding the present, and shaping the future. It's about recognizing that you're the one in charge, and that your actions have consequences. It's about making the choice to steer your own ship, rather than letting the waves carry you. Remember, the power to shape your destiny is in your hands.
Have you ever wondered how negative substances can wreak havoc on your body and mind? It's an interesting, albeit sobering thought. But it's not all doom and gloom, because there are ways to combat this damage. One such method is detoxification for addiction. Detoxification, or detox, is a process that involves purging the body of toxins or harmful substances. This is particularly beneficial for those grappling with addiction, as it can mark the first step towards recovery. It's not just about cleansing the body, though. Detoxification also serves to reset the mind, helping individuals to break free from the shackles of addiction. Incorporating nutritional elements into the detoxification process is an essential part of the journey. A healthy body can bolster resolve, and when you're battling addiction, that resolve is crucial. When you're in better health, maintaining a positive mindset becomes significantly easier. But what does a detoxification diet look like? Well, it's all about balance. A good detox diet should be rich in certain nutrients, including minerals, vitamin B6, magnesium, folate, and vitamin E. These nutrients not only aid in the detoxification process, but they also help to improve immune status and overall health. It's important to note that detoxification isn't a quick fix. It's a process, and it's one that should be undertaken with care and proper knowledge. Detoxification can be a powerful tool in the fight against addiction, but it's not a journey that should be embarked upon alone. Seek support, be it from healthcare professionals, loved ones, or support groups. So, let's recap. Detoxification for addiction involves purging the body of harmful substances, often through a balanced, nutrient-rich diet. It's a process that can help to improve both physical and mental health, but it's not a journey that should be undertaken without proper knowledge and support. Remember, detoxification is just one step on the road to recovery. It's a significant one, yes, but recovery is a journey, and detoxification is just the beginning. It's a process, and like all processes, it takes time. But with patience, perseverance, and the right support, it's a journey that can lead to a healthier, happier life.